So yo, what's good? What's good? This your guy Troop. Um, hey, back with another video for YouTube, man, for the people out there. And this particular video, I actually kind of want to speak on Lecrae. Um, man, what can I say? The funny thing about it, when I became a Christian rapper, Lecrae was like the last dude, that I really heard of that was, doing Christian rap as well. Like the first people that I heard of was like other local people in other cities, my city, you know what I'm saying? So actually I was hooked on Lecrae. Well, not even hooked, but I heard about Lecrae like later on. So that's the crazy part about it. But anyway, so we all know that Lecrae has reached a lot of success. Won a Grammy. You know what I'm saying, man? Crae, he out there, he doing his thing, and he been doing it for a little minute. He always been the biggest Christian artist that's doing it. Until, of course, he came out and said, I ain't no gospel rapper, I ain't no Christian rapper, whatever you want to call it. And when I first heard about that, when he came out and said that like that, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was angry, I was mad. I actually ended up tweeting him back when he first started actually talking like that. I tweeted him, and I remember Craig responded back, was like, are you a Christian mailman? Are you a gospel fireman, or you just a fireman? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just, me just being who I am. I put on for God heavily. You know what I'm saying? I'm bold with the gospel, so it offended me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you was the biggest gospel rapper, so to now come out and say I ain't no gospel rapper, I was just like, what? So I was upset about that, you know what I'm saying? Especially coming from a gospel rapper myself, I'm gospel to the core, that I ain't never gonna change. I ain't never afraid to say what I am, I'm unashamed for real, you know what I'm saying? And no shade thrown at Crae, cause, I ain't saying he unashamed, but for me, like, I don't have a problem with being labeled as a gospel rapper. I'm proud of it. I'm honored to be a gospel rapper. So look, check this out. So, but over time, right, I recently kind of, went to YouTube, and just really kind of, what I'm saying, Lecrae kind of popped up. I've been hearing the song Blessings, that's been coming on the radio, all secular radio stations. So, and I heard, he got Ty Dolla $ign on the cool, so I've been hearing the song, and honestly, Blessings, at first I wasn't really studying the song, you know what I'm saying? And then I actually listened to it one time, and I'm like, bruh still mentioned God in the song, because now that he kind of came out and said he's not gospel, I kind of was just expecting just a different, you know what I'm saying? I think he probably was going to start talking about something else, but I'm like, dang, bruh still, talking about God. So long story short, I ended up kind of looking deeper into it. I've been watching recent interviews, different things like that. I think on the Breakfast Club interview, the latest one he did with them, he actually ended it with prayer. They asked him to pray. He prayed. So I felt like God, in a way, used him to be a witness. But the issue is this, though. I didn't like Lecrae coming out saying he wasn't a gospel rapper. You know what I'm saying? I didn't respect it at first. But I started thinking, and I said, wait a minute, man. This dude is probably ministering to people that other people dream to witness to. You know what I'm saying? The dude is around all these big people, and there's no telling what God is using him to say to them. You know what I'm saying? It's no telling the inspiration that he's being in the rap game right now. You know what I'm saying? With him being on a bigger level, a more mainstream level, right? And at first, like I said, man, I was like, what? But then I started thinking, I said, wait a minute, man, God is still really using Crae. You know what I'm saying? This man was talking about how he be at the jails and how